The TV's not working today, FYI.
Okay.
So we'll be fine.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
It kind of sucks that this motherfucker didn't get to watch any fucking Ninja Turtles and shit. The hell? You gotta watch that.
I was later. I was like the SpongeBob generation.
Ninja Turtles and SpongeBob are two totally different things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's two different flavors. You got Nickelodeon kids.
Oh, no, I'm not even talking cartoons.
No, but we had
Network.
a different era of Nickelodeon than y'all had.
Yeah.
We had all that.
It was greasier. Wasn't there a bit of a...
I never heard
edge
Nickelodeon described as greasy.
to That might have been more Cartoon Network that I'm talking about.
Hello, Brandon.
Hello, Brandon. Brandon has a
I'm gonna call him Brandy.
But listen, the important
He's trying to
thing,
give him a nickname.
despite the age difference, the important thing, gentlemen, is that none of us were Disney Channel kids growing up. That's very important.
Let me
No.
there might have been maybe one show if I could think of. I can't remember. Was it Doug? Wasn't Doug on Nick? No, it was Nickelodeon.
No, Doug is
was
Nickelodeon,
Nickelodeon.
dude. Patty Mayonnaise, come on now.
Yo, there was really no Disney shows.
Yo, you know
that I
one thing
watched?
about Doug that I was talking about the other day? That's crazy.
What?
Y'all remember Skeeter?
He's a black dude.
Skeeter?
He's not black.
He's
He is
not?
black, but he's Ethiopian.
Ethiopians are
Think about
kind of
Skeeter.
black.
I mean, yeah, he's black, but he's specifically Ethiopian. Go back and watch and look at
Brandon,
Skeeter.
when are we starting? I need to know what I can and can't
We're going
say.
now, right? Yeah, we're
Okay, we're
rolling.
going
Should I bring
now.
in the show? All right, I'll bring in the show. Episode 2. I am Al Ali. This is Did You Order? At the far end of the couch, we have Ish Housein.
What up, man? I'm ducking the Ethiopians out here, man. What y'all doing, man?
And our lovable guest today, good friend of the show, Remi Mussio. Round of applause,
What's up,
everybody.
gang?
You ain't gonna fucking
Happy to
clap,
be
Ish.
here.
Fucking clap. God damn
Happy
it.
to be here. I'll clap for myself, baby.
There we go.
Happy to be here.
All the way from Cincinnati.
Yeah, for the inaugural Getting Down with the Browns
Getting
podcast.
down with the Browns. That's like our alias name. Getting down with the Browns.
Getting down with the Browns.
Yeah, man. But you've relocated. You're a comedian here
Yeah.
in the DMV area,
Yeah,
killing it.
yeah. I've been here about how long has it been, boys? Like 3-4 months, probably something like that.
Oh, that-
Basically, as long as I've been doing comedy, he's been here.
Yeah,
I thought you were here for a while before we met you.
No, dude. I had done maybe 1 or 2, open mic nights at the Mexican restaurant before that night.
Give a hoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like I was within my first month of being here.
That's crazy.
And y'all were nice, and it's hard to find nice people when you
No,
come
you
to-
were nice. Before I even went up on stage, I was talking to you. We didn't even know each other,
Mhm.
and I was just like, you were sitting there drinking your beer, writing in your fucking notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
I was having a couple.
I
pops
thought
on
yeah, getting in your
Wednesday.
Shit was
zone.
cool. Shit was cool. So how I remember meeting him was obviously the open mics. We ran into him there, but it's probably my second set. He comes up to me drunk as shit after. He's like, "Yo, you're fucking funny, but talk loud."
yeah, you definitely you've been helping us out through our open mic journey, and we've all been fucking chilling, man. I feel like
Yeah,
every
dude.
week we see each other like
Yeah.
3 to 4 times. We've been hitting these mics, hitting these shows. Had a great show this past Friday
Fuck
at
yeah.
Solly's
yeah.
on U
Shout
Street.
out Solly's.
Yeah.
Fun times, man.
Doing it again the 25th. Shit, you get the host
Yes.
now.
That's on the 9th.
September 9th, and
yeah.
he came up with he's branded the show now.
Oh, Alex Star Media presents, or Starstruck Media presents Mean Muggin with Remi Mussio. Because we're roasting.
It's roast based.
That's funny.
So
So
you
it's so
either
much
roast
fun.
either me as the host, because I'm getting up and doing like a minute between each person, and I'll come up with a new roast for each comic who just
Nice.
went.
Oh, this is
And
fun.
then the next comic can either roast the person who went before them or me if they're unoriginal.
This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a fucking
Mean
good
Muggin.
time.
I
dude.
love the fucking
Mean
title.
Muggin.
This is gonna be fun.
Because like you said, I'm gonna be double fisting a couple mugs, baby, getting after it.
September 9th.
Yeah,
at
any place in
Solly's.
DC with cheap beer is my kind of place. You know what I mean?
You're a beer guy, clearly. Mean Muggin. It's a perfect name.
1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Oh, I do have to say, we do roll deep to shows, and I'm picking up on some like a little bit of like, I don't want to say jealousy from the other DC comics, but like open micing is such a crazy, brutal, like buyer's like lonely path
Yeah,
to take. And we're going up as a squad and like being stern with each other. Like positive criticism when it needs it, but also like big up in each other when we have a small success, and that's what it's all about. Fellas. That's the only thing keeping us sane.
We're having fun doing this.
Coming off stage Friday night and having you there back at the bar when I got off, like motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? Like you feel like okay, this is crazy,
and it's like that with everybody. It's not like it's like isolated. No, it's all of us. We're all doing that shit.
We've got our little posse going on right now. Our little multicultural.
I was just gonna get there from the outside looking Nations. From the outside looking in, you're like, how the fuck do y'all know each other? Like, exactly. It's like I would imagine one night. All right, it's in the car. I'm driving. Amir, you're in the front. Sam and Amir in the back. And who the fuck is gonna like you know what I mean? Like what the fuck is that
dude,
shit? Like,
I don't know.
Like, what are y'all coming back from a work event?
It's like the thing is, like, we're not dressed in suits or nothing. We're not just like we're all in the different random outfits. Like, you know, Sam, it looks like he came from the golf course. Yeah, you got like me in a hoodie or some shit, like throwing you and like, what the fuck is it? What are y'all doing? And like you're in like a wine shit.
Yeah, it's after a show too, so we're all visibly high to the public.
I remember one night
been decriminalized.
There's this one cop that followed him. He followed us for so long. I know he was confused.
Yeah, I remember that.
I know that dude was confused. He was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
he almost wanted to pull us.
He might have thought we kidnapped Remi.
But that's why I ride shoddy, so I can do the talking if need be.
Yeah. Yo, that story you told me about you and that cop is fucking hilarious.
No, that's true shit. I get real Republican real fast when I get pulled over, fellas. And I don't know if I sound like I'm from Ohio normally, but I fucking goddamn do when I get pulled over.
You know what? You're from Cincinnati, right?
Yes,
You're
sir.
from Cincinnati. Let's play a quick little game.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Let's find out how Cincinnati you really fucking are.
Oh, okay? To the core, bro.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna ask you a series of a few questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
I haven't vetted these in any order of hardest to easiest or anything, but we'll just see. This one looks like an easy one. In Cincinnati, what river separates the city from the state of Kentucky?
The Ohio River.
Ding, ding, ding. That's
my last
one
place
for you.
overlooked the river in downtown Cincy, but yes, it's true. It was on the Kentucky side.
God damn, you like,
unfortunately.
Okay. Cincinnati historian over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
We'll see. We'll see. No, don't give it to him yet. Don't give it to him yet.
He answered that too smooth.
We'll see. What iconic Cincinnati event is known for its elaborate floats, marching bands, and dancing groups?
That's either Taste of Cincinnati or the Flying Pig, maybe?
The
Oktoberfest.
The Cincinnati Reds opening day parade.
Oh, fuck. There's a lot of parades. There's a lot of parades.
All right, let's get over that
my
one.
mom used to let me skip school in grade school to go to that parade, too. She'd
Maybe
be
you'll know
so
this
disappointed in me.
We'll do two more. Maybe you'll know this one.
All right. Ready.
What famous amusement park located in Cincinnati is home to the world's second oldest wooden roller coaster, the Beast?
Ooh.
That's Kings Island.
That's it. That's Kings Island.
I've been there. We all have, but I am actually a Coney Island kid to the core. Coney Island is, I think
Brooklyn?
it might now be defunct. No, we have one in Cincinnati on the Ohio River, for that matter. But it was the tits in like the 50s. And now it's
amusement
like,
park.
Yeah. And now Kings Island is like, this is what 2023 amusement parks look like. And Coney Island's like, we're still steam powered over here. But that's was my like dropping out of college shitbird job was I worked at the warehouse at that amusement park, which meant we had free beer and all the other alcohol we could want on company dime from the second we clocked in the morning at 7:30 till the second the concert.
Sounds like a legendary time of your life, man.
Yes, just drunk driving around families in a cart with like 6 kegs in the back.
I always wanted to work at an amusement park. I thought that shit would be fun as fuck.
It was so much fucking fun. Because it was me and like one of my fucking ride or dies from Cincinnati, my boy Pete. Shout out Pete. He's a real piece of shit too. So we were mashing each other. Yeah. He's cleaned it up now. I haven't clearly, but we were just riding around just drunk as fuck all day, every day, going out college bars, partying every night, and then clocking back in 7:30 to fucking carry cases of Cheese Whiz through crowds of children drunk off our fucking ass. We managed the warehouse, so we had a couple high school kids that like worked for us because this is all summer gig thing. And these poor sweet children, I corrupted them so fast. I would walk in, take a Gatorade out of the mini fridge, drink the top part of it, and toss it to one of the high schoolers and go, "Hey, so and so, put a little Jesus in my juice."
What?
And they knew where I had stashed some Old Smoky from a bar we were cleaning out.
Oh my God.
In the back corner of the warehouse, and they just top it off with moonshine at 7:30.
Good Lord.
So just moonshine electrolytes. Y'all are just running around.
That was the hangover cure to start drinking on the clock again for the next day.
Good
Shit.
Lord.
Coney
Fucking
Island.
Ruled. Coney Island. Yeah, fuck Kings Island.
All right.
All my homies hate Kings Island. East Side, Coney Island all the way.
I'm glad I brought that question up.
Yes.
Let's see.
What else you got for me about Cincy, baby?
he's
I could go
Okay.
all night.
Let's see. Maybe this one.
Okay.
What annual music festival held in Cincinnati features a diverse lineup of artists and is often associated with alternative and indie music?
Bunbury.
You're right. Yeah, okay. This motherfucker knows Cincinnati.
Yo, he looked at me
knows
like
Cincinnati. This guy.
You know what it was? He looked at me like I'm a phone. No, I'm not. Nah, that is
Lil
Okay.
Dicky performed there a few years ago, and as y'all know, he's my
Yes, your
favorite
favorite,
artist I've ever seen live.
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky fucking rules.
That's
dude.
awesome.
He's such a good performer.
All
Like,
right, so-
I know how that sounds coming from a me-looking motherfucker.
No, it looks pretty
But-
accurate coming
yeah,
from you.
fair enough, fair
It's
enough,
pretty
fair
accurate.
enough.
Not,
Yeah.
not surprised at all.
I think that's what he was going for. He's talking to you.
Yeah, you're his
I'm
demographic.
his crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You're literally his number one fan.
No, I've drank the Kool-Aid 100%.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nobody's doing like Dickie is with the TV
All right,
show
so
and
you
everything.
get
the
your
TV show's
Cincinnati
awesome.
badge. You get your Cincinnati badge. So those were
Okay.
the facts. Let's go to the opinions. All right. So now I'm going to ask you questions, and these are based off opinions. All right.
Okay.
So it's going to be like this: what's the best bar in
Oh, okay. There's two answers to this question.
Okay.
I knew-
I'll
yeah,
let you
I
do
knew
it.
this was
I'll
gonna
let
go
you do
here.
it. I'll let you do it.
Okay, so the best bar is Rhinehouse by far. I'm such a loyal patron. Shout out Rhinehouse. I'm such a loyal patron of Rhinehouse that I got a DUI driving home from there
Yeah.
the night the Bengals lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a stripe of valor.
So
for
that's
sure.
it. I mean, for a real Cincinnati dirtbag, that for real is like the Bengals lost a big game and I lost everything. No, but so
Rhinestones,
that
okay.
bar rules. I love Rhinehouse. They have a
Rhinehouse.
shot that I can't find anywhere else. That's just shit tequila, lime juice, and Cholula hot sauce.
What?
And yeah, and you just throw it back and it tastes like juice, dog.
Have you ever tried to make it?
Yeah, I make it all the cat makes me make it all the time, bro. I've been my own recipe for this shit, bro.
That's awesome.
But I'm the second best to this bar. I
What's
can't
the
find
shot
it.
called?
They call it a Mexican Rhino there, but I'm sure that's not
Mexican
what it's
Rhino.
called.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's answer one. That's
All
in
right.
Cincinnati. That's at the edge of over the Rhine where the cool kids hang out.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two is actually in northern Kentucky. So I don't know if this counts, but I spent my last like 13 months living there, like directly across the bridge. I normally hate people who say they're from Cincinnati, but they're actually from northern Kentucky. That's not me. Born and bred. Spent some time across the creek. But there's this bar in my old neighborhood called Greenhouse that I have to shout out. Shout out you, Greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
It rules.
He got drunk there a lot.
I got drunk there so much. Free hot dogs on red spoons. Yeah, no, just a cool place. Pulls like a
My
bucket
man
game.
dying. Are you?
Yeah, you okay?
You
Big
okay? All right.
Yeah, so Greenhouse is number two, but it doesn't quite count as a Cincinnati bar.
Okay. All right. I see why you snuck that in. You had
Yeah.
to give them the love.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right,
what's
you got
next?
any Cincinnati opinion question for
Nah,
him?
man, that's not-
I've been hogging all the questions. I
I'm
don't want to.
talking. I'm waiting to talk football with you. So
Okay.
Oh, let's
we're-
talk football.
we're
Talk
going
football.
to the we're going to a preseason game.
Yes.
I can already tell he's great. He's gonna be great at football games.
I'm either the best or the worst at
So I got
football
the seat
games.
behind him. So in case something shit flies, I got him.
I'll get in a fight at Landover. I don't give a
I know
fuck.
you will.
I'll fight over
Who are they
preseason.
playing?
It's the Bengals and the
Bengals
Commanders.
and
Oh,
commies.
so that's your.
The commies.
That's why.
Yeah, fuck it. When are we changing it back to the Redskins? by
I
the
don't
way?
give a fuck. I don't watch football.
He texted me. He's like, "Hey, yo, you want to come with me to see the commies?"
I do want to go to watch how this plays out.
Oh, dude, speaking of the commies, your brother has the most regrettable / awesome tattoo of all time.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's and you know where he has it right here.
Night I met him.
He has it right here.
That's funny as shit.
The tuck spot.
Yeah, like what type of tramp spot is that for him?
It's the Washington Redskins
logo.
logo.
And I just say, oh, the Florida Seminoles every time I say it.
Not better.
And you know what's worse? That's not even his worst tattoo. He's gonna love
the
this.
fact that is the second worst tattoo blows my fucking dick off, dude.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
nuts.
Yeah.
That's
But you gotta
bonkers.
understand this. You just came in this area, right?
Right.
I'm not even a football fan per se. I don't watch as much sports as I used to, right? But I will say this. Yeah, I know. That's fucking. I watch UFC romance. Okay. No, but Redskins fans, they're like Kiss fans. They're like a different. I'm sure everyone says this about where they're from, but I feel like since I was a kid, I've always seen the Redskins be like, you know what I mean? We suck, but next year we got it.
Yo, if you think about it, to me, football brings that out no matter what fan base it is. Because to me, football has that. I mean, you used to see it with basketball, but then they started changing all these players. Like, you can't keep track of basketball, what team's good anymore. It's only like three teams that are good. So now it's like in football, it's so competitive and it's so like every game really matters in football. I think that's the biggest. There's only 17 of them now, and every single one of them has a huge. You lose one of them, you can lose. You can get up.
So you're into football heavy.
Yeah, that's my favorite sport to watch.
Well, who's your team?
The commies.
Oh shit! So this is like this is like pregame show to what we're gonna
why
get.
I'm going to the game with him because I feel like this is gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna be talking.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like this person ain't mine. Two total opposites. It's gonna be awesome.
You guys got to sketch out something before you go for you guys to get into an argument or something.
I've already been going them a little bit. Like they have a saying called "Who Dey." Right?
What? Hold on. What?
Yeah, okay.
Who they think gonna beat?
How they spell
Bengals?
HOAWHO
WHODEY. Who they?
But what it actually tell them the actual story, the origin story of it. It's just some drunk motherfucker that can't talk right.
There's
hold on.
Listen to this shit.
There's a beer called Hudie. It's Hudipole. But it's been abbreviated.
This is already starting off white trash as fuck. There's a beer called Hudie.
Listen, fuck both of y'all. There's good beer coming out of Cincinnati.
Oh, I had a Maryland
beer that had Old fucking Bay in it as part of the beer recipe.
Look,
dude,
I love beer
Maryland.
that's gonna make me say words differently. Like
I got that kind of beer, bro. We don't fuck around. I don't fuck with IPAs, but we don't fuck around with IPAs. All I'm saying is your average run-of-the-mill in whatever neighborhood brewery in Cincinnati is going to have like the best beers that you Maryland fucks have ever tasted before.
I'm down to try.
I don't drink beer.
Bitch, you would with me,
I
dog.
would.
This is like,
No bullshit.
hey, you can have this one.
No bullshit. You saying all this? I want to try Cincinnati beer.
Yeah, because you'll have like 3 IPAs and sip it like a gentleman. And
So besides beer,
gone.
what else? What other food item do they have that's good? You know I'm a fat ass.
Skyline, bro.
What is that? I know. Chili.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You talked about this before.
Yes.
Yeah, chili.
Big time. I will 100% make it for y'all. I've been coming at my family and friends to send a care package with some cans of it. They're like, just buy it. Like, bitch, I'm poor. But anyway, Skyline chili. You get a bed of spaghetti. You take the Skyline chili, which is like thinner than chili.
This man said
He said spaghetti.
He said a bed of spaghetti.
Yeah.
I've never heard it referred to as such.
You like make a bed of spaghetti.
Amazing. I love this. Keep going.
You put Skyline on top, which is like thinner. It's not like thick, like Texas ass bullshit chili. Fuck you,
shit.
Sam Love. With like beans and fucking corn and shit in it. No, that's not the chili we're talking about.
He looked at the camera. Fuck you, Sam.
Sam, someone punching the air right now.
What the hell I do? I'm just sitting here. I'm just from Texas.
By the way, I'm the most from Ohio looking guy. Sam's the most from Texas looking guy.
You look like a Vietnam vet from Hawaii right now. That's what you really look like. No, I like this. Okay, so it's thin chili.
Yo, you definitely look like an undercover cop right now.
Yeah. freeze, motherfucker.
He looks like the undercover. He looks like the
you guys
undercover.
want
got
some
us.
chili?
Send in the boys.
He's a
I'm
cop.
blown.
He's the one that's not good at it. Like he's gonna do the line.
I'm the how do you do, fellow kids undercover cop.
They find his
"Hey,
wire
here's
in
what
the
you guys
toilet."
like me.
Hey, don't bust him. He has better drugs. Bust the other guy. That one's shit.
They find his wire in the toilet somewhere. He's off like.
I buy Reggie off like the least criminal kids in the school.
So
you know, I snagged me an eighth of stems and seeds. So anyway,
so thin chili. Thin chili.
You
On
got
the
your
bed
bed
of
of spaghetti.
spaghetti.
You got your thin chili. You
Yeah.
do a motherfucking mountain of cheese on top of that. Like
Okay, what type of cheese we going?
it's like thinly shredded cheddar, I
Okay.
guess, but it's skyline cheese. Like that's the
Ah.
hardest thing to replicate. Not being there for the experience.
Is Skyline only in Cincinnati?
So we've expanded a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He's taking ownership.
You sound like it's his dad's company.
One of my buddies from high school, his dad owns a couple locations. I'm like, that guy's living the fucking life, dude. You just manage a Skyline till your dad passes away, and then you just run like the best restaurant in the world. That's always busy because we're fucking obsessed.
You
with
got to
it.
get tired of the chili after like
You
6
don't
months.
though, because you get a coney if you're tired of the.
A what?
What's a coney?
It's our chili cheese dog. You know,
Ooh.
it's a steamed bun. It's a boiled dog. It's gotta be the dirty water dog. That's a
Mm.
non-negotiable. It can't be off the grill or anything like that. So
Okay.
dirty water dog, mustard, chopped onions, chili, again, motherfucking mountain of cheese on top. That's your coney.
Damn.
That's the side piece
That sounds good
to
as
the
fuck.
three-way, which is the spaghetti one.
Okay.
Do y'all want to know my order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got this shit memorized. All right, so we're going large 4-way with onions. So that's the 3-way. Pasta, chili, cheese, onions on top of that bitch. I need a coney on the side with the works.
Damn.
And that's just down. That's just 2 bites to the
Damn.
brain.
You
bro.
fat as shit, dog.
Yeah, dude. Represent.
No, you're
That's
making me
how we
hungry.
eat in the Midwest.
Speaking-
okay,
Yo, I feel like me and him could have a good eating contest that would be very entertaining.
I'd fuck you up.
Yo, I'm down to
But
try.
nah, it's usually the smaller people that win. You ain't seen the one dude from the real Coney Island?
That's true. I got one of my biggest buddies to do a pizza eating contest with me at this like local pizza place.
Couldn't put
in
it down,
Cincy.
could he?
He melted, bro.
Melted,
He
yeah.
melted under pressure. He took one bite, was like, I'm gonna throw up. I was like, bro, we got like 4 huge.
All right, so
slices
that's a
of
different piece
pizza.
of content. Every show we're getting a new piece of content. So the last show we had Sam Love. We'll have to take him to Baltimore and drop him off. For you guys,
I'm not going on
no,
that.
no,
trip.
he suggested that.
That's a solo dolo.
Yeah.
He put that on himself.
Yeah,
so.
we're just gonna GoPro to his chest and just see what happens.
That's his rum springer, like an Amish kid.
We come back 3
This is
hours
what lean
later.
is
He's just
on my
high.
mama.
He's just- we come back 3 hours later. He's just high on dippers, like playing dice with somebody now. But for you guys,
Okay.
eating contest. I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, we could do
But
that.
speaking of eating, and you're making me hungry, and
I'm
there's a
always
spot
hungry.
down the street that we always get wings from. It's Kenny's. And have you heard of mumbo sauce?
Mumbo sauce.
Mumbo
like
sauce.
Mumbo number 5.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it?
This is not a joke. You're like, it's my jizz. That's what you feel like I'm about to tell. You're looking at me like, all right, I set up the joke.
Well,
What
you
do you
said like
got?
Mambo number 5, and I'm like,
Oh
where are
no,
we going with
mumbo.
Mumbo.
Mumbo. So it's a sauce that's native to Maryland and DC.
this? Okay.
It's DC.
DC more.
Yeah,
Is
But
this like
it's
you just
crossed
put like
over to
barbecue
Maryland.
and buffalo sauce?
No,
like, this
it's
is
a
DC's
sauce that comes from the Chinese carryouts. And
Okay.
you get it with fried chicken wings.
thing. Okay.
And it's a mix of like sweet and sour, barbecue, and like the urban legend is no one really knows the recipe, but it's just as prevalent as Old Bay.
And you know about this shit too.
Of course. That's why he's
Okay.
not even
Brandon knows about this shit.
Brandon, you know about Mumbo? He,
Dude.
she, it. Mumbo.
It's good stuff.
I Mumbo, you. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. I'm down to try. I do have a bone to pick with local Chinese food places around here. They don't fuck me up with sauce like Chinese food places should.
Because you ain't asked for the mumbo.
I didn't know Mumbo was a thing,
Okay,
bro.
well,
But
you gotta
like
ask for
one
Mumbo, but
soy
what do you
sauce
mean?
packet is
Oh,
fucking
no.
unacceptable.
People are stingy, dog. You gotta ask. You gotta request specific how much you want. A handful of duck sauce.
What about a heavy handful?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to ask.
You have to
Okay.
ask.
That's what
Yeah.
I did at Royal Farms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Oohs and ahs.
Fucking
We ate
phenomenal.
at the other. This has turned into a food podcast. It is. Did you order?
Yeah.
I'm
But-
down for that.
Yeah, but oohs and ahs across from Solly's. It's like 2 blocks down the street.
Okay.
Some of the best soul food I've ever had in my life.
Really?
I'm
We
telling
ate it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been trying to get you to go there from day one.
So look, we all went. We all got different plates. Everyone got different shit. Everyone's shit was so good. We all started picking off everyone's plates until everything was gone.
What were the plate options?
My favorite is the beef ribs, dog. I'm always gonna go
There
there.
was beef ribs.
Them shits
I
are good
got
as fuck.
fried chicken wings with mac and cheese,
mac and cheese is good.
mashed
Collard
potatoes. We had
greens are good.
collard greens. There was yams. There was cornbread. Oh my god!
Everything was
dude.
good, bro.
It was so good.
I
Yeah.
fucking love. So look at me. Of course,
Dude,
I love
it was so good. There's nowhere to sit, so we ended up going and like eating on the car, but it was worth it.
I mean, that's part of
was
the
so
soul
good.
food experience.
It was so good. Man.
I do that. I've done that with camouflage on before,
What do you mean?
like a camouflage Bass Pro hat, walking in to the soul food place.
Oh yeah.
Back home.
But I
and
feel like
just be
that's not
Yeah,
uncalled
you'd be
for.
normal.
You're in the Midwest. Camouflage is like normal skin at that
true.
point.
And when you're built like this, every food establishment knows you're there to fuck
Yeah,
it up.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
they're welcome. Like
They're like, oh,
very
please,
welcoming.
please come
Like,
in.
Please, what do you want?
Your look encompasses your normal activities in life. Like everything
1000%.
about your look is exactly who you are day by day.
Dude.
Stereotype the shit out of him.
Dude, I went on a
He
hike.
fishes. He's a fisher. He loves beer. He does stand up.
Yeah. This is tequila. My juice right now is actually Kirkland tequila.
Should I get a
Shout
sip
out
of that?
Kirkland. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of soda in there too. That's good stuff.
I got in a steam room earlier, so I probably shouldn't be drinking because
That shit gonna fuck you up.
yeah, it's all good.
Really? That's a thing that happens? If you
Yeah,
sweat
like
a bunch?
Flush yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you're supposed to rehydrate on.
He's
Oh,
about
I didn't rehydrate for shit. You know what I did have? 4 pupusas, fellas.
Oh, those
A
are
what?
amazing.
I went to the pupuseria.
Can I ask a question? And
What's
this is
up?
gonna sound crazy,
Yeah.
right? What is a pupusa?
Oh, can I take this one?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so it's like a difference between it's El Salvadoran, right?
Okay.
And it's kind of like a savory uncrustable
He said that white as
mixed with
shit.
a mini quesadilla.
I don't know what's inside either of those things. I don't
You
know
don't
what's
know
inside.
what's in a quesadilla?
No, and I don't know what's inside
You've
a
never had a
crustable.
quesadilla?
I don't really eat Mexican food.
You grew up in L. You were in LA for
You
so
lived
long.
in LA, you don't eat Mexican food?
How's that happen?
That Mexican food would always be like from my neighbor, and they would just come bring me straight meat and rice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's peasant Mexican food. we're
No,
talking
dude, that
about.
shit was
Jesus
banging.
Christ. I think it's good. I'm down for it. But if you can cook it in a park, that's not the Mexican food we're talking about.
Not
We're
a park, a parking lot, sir. That's
even
where
worse.
it was done.
That's even worse. I'm down for it. Please,
Okay,
Mexican
so
friends,
imagine,
invite me to the barbecue.
imagine I've never had Mexican food and explain to me what a pupusa is by ingredients.
So I had. Ooh, what did I have? I had revueltas.
What the fuck, dude? Something I understand.
Revueltas.
Is that Italian?
I know it's fucking.
Is that Chef Boyardee? What the
It's-
fuck?
I'm hobloing right now. It's an
Habloing.
espanol.
Oh, okay.
I
Habloing.
don't know what it is. I think
Okay.
it's like beans and like
Okay.
chicken and pork and stuff. Chicharrones. That's fire. That's pork in those
You're
motherfuckers.
gringoing it up right now, dude.
Do you know what spinach is?
Spinach?
Me neither. I
Like
think it's like a
Popeye's
spinach.
spinach?
Is spinach?
Hold on. Are you saying spinach?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just spinach, like the English word spinach.
Yes, but it's a spinach. I
Okay.
think.
All right. You could just say the English word for these.
No, there
Spinach.
was a disconnect
Got
between
it.
me and the
Spinach.
me and Abuelo behind the
Okay.
cash
Got it,
register. But we got it done. I got my 4 pupusas.
Okay.
I crushed them
still
right
don't know what
before I came
they are,
over
by the
here.
way, but we'll move on.
You need to-
It doesn't matter
You-
at this
you
point.
need
to eat Mexican.
All right, so yeah, you need to eat Mexican. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys why I don't like it?
Why?
I don't like the guac.
So get the shit without the guac.
And then I don't
Oh
like
my God,
I
that
don't like
makes
the
no
onions
sense,
in the
dude.
tacos and
You know,
stuff.
guac is like an add-on, right?
Yeah,
It is
but,
not like a part of it.
but
You
then
can
all
add
I'm
it
left with is like a tortilla and meat.
on. What? No, you got pico de gallo. You got sour
Yeah, I don't
cream.
like
you
none
got
of that
cheese.
stuff.
What
You
the
don't
fuck
like
do you
I like
like?
salsa?
cheese. Yeah, I don't like salsa.
Why don't you like salsa?
I don't know. I don't know.
You
I
don't
like salsa with
vegetables?
chips.
Do you like vegetables? Is it a vegetable hang up?
I like broccoli.
That's it?
I like
That's
mashed
not-
potatoes.
broccoli's
I like
not
corn.
that-
Potatoes are
I like
not
soul
a
food. I
vegetable.
like black vegetables.
Those are barely vegetables. Candied yams, I don't know.
Collard greens are vegetables.
Collard
though.
greens. Well, but then you put like the grease and the butter and the ham
Okay,
and
all
shit
right.
in them.
All right, I'll try.
He likes
I'll
fried
try.
vegetables.
Y'all take y'all
Deep
take
fried
me.
vegetables.
Hold on. I had one Mexican thing that I loved, and I don't know what it was. It was like a tortilla with ground beef inside and cheese, and it was only that, and they had folded it on
That's
top
Taco
of each
Bell,
other.
buddy. What you're talking about is Taco
That
Bell.
sounds
No,
like
it
a
was
quesadilla.
It might have been a quesadilla.
No, it was a dude from Mexico that made it for me in his backyard. I took my nephew to a birthday party, and I didn't know anybody there.
And you were like, just meat and cheese. And
That
he was
sounds
like,
like
I
a-
got
Well,
you,
no, he
Poppy.
was. Imagine this. I show up to the party. They're cooking tacos and shit. I don't want to be rude, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try the food. Right? It was decent. It was all right. I wouldn't have ordered it, but it was all right.
I think he's got to have like a good
Yeah,
authentic
we gotta
taco.
give him a crash course on this shit.
Now,
like a
I
taco
love-
truck
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like the cilantro and the onions
all that
on
shit.
top
Yeah,
and
the
like
little
a
dipping,
nice
the dipping and all
House
that.
Verde salsa on it.
I don't know if this is Mexican based, but I like Peruvian chicken and like those type of meals. But I
Peruvian
don't think
chicken's
that's different from the palate that you guys are talking
Did
about.
y'all
right
smoke
now.
without me? Because why y'all so hungry? What the fuck y'all talking about?
We definitely
We're starving.
did.
We may have to order some wings and mumbo sauce after this.
We can talk. We can get the
We've
topic
done
off
30
food,
minutes
though.
on food right now.
Wait a minute, y'all hungry as
All
shit.
right,
aren't
you got another question for him, right? You had
Shit,
another
no, I was
question.
just gonna talk football. Who's your favorite Bengal?
My favorite Bengal. I mean, it's got to be Joe Burrow. Like that's just
All
default.
time?
He's this. Oh, all time. It's Joe Burrow,
Already?
bro. He's our savior. He's
He
our
just
white
got
knight.
there like 2 years ago and he missed the year. Didn't he miss the year?
Yeah, because the fucking commies blew out his fucking knee, dude.
Chase Young, yeah.
Is he like what that one football player was for the commies, RG3 or?
No, Joe
No,
Burrow
okay.
is bounced back. Like he had his rookie year, he was lighting it up, and he has a traumatic knee injury, blows it out, done for the year.
I don't know nothing about football, but at least I know more than Amir. What's
Yeah.
sad is Amir probably knows more than me about football.
He knows the storylines.
He knows all the gossip.
He knows all the gossip. Oh, he's married to her.
In Hard Knocks when they cut the new guys. He cries when it shows like their family like moving on this shitty fucking condo they were renting for the summer.
He knows like that one of the kids has autism or something. Like he just knows all about the family.
He just adopted the kid.
Little Delilah needs a lung transplant, and now he's off NFL player bennies.
That's
Oh, man.
hilarious.
It's like Amir, bro.
Okay, so
Yo.
Joe Burrow. That's his
It's got to be
favorite.
because he's homegrown, so he's from Athens, Ohio, which is where Ohio University is.
Oh, okay, I got
and
you.
I've spent a lot of time in
That's why I like him
Athens.
so much.
Yes,
He's
but
an inbred.
he's like they named the high school stadium after him, and there's a mural when you pull into Athens.
I think it's too soon.
Ohio. I mean, he won the national championships.
That's true, I'm just
Undeniable,
fucking
bro.
around.
The 2019 LSU team is
Yeah,
maybe the
I'm-
best
I'm-
college football team of all time.
That offense is definitely the offense. I still think Miami got the best. That Hurricanes team.
Which one? They were like
The one that had Clinton, Edge, and McGahee. Who else was in
the
that
one
band?
that lost to Ohio State.
No, they won. The one that had Warren Sapp and shit in it.
I know the one.
Warren
Willis
Sapp, Ray
McGahee
Lewis,
blew out
Ed Reed.
his ACL in the national championship game, and the Buckeyes won
That's true.
because fuck Miami.
I love seeing people who like have these like affinities for these teams because it makes me jealous in a way because it's almost like I don't know if it's not the same for like if you're rooting for a fighter or somebody solo. Like you're going after a team. You're literally y'all are part of cults.
It really is.
I would
Yo,
say
that's
a
a
community.
that's a good way to put it.
I would say a community.
You mean a community that has a leader and is self-sustaining and
Yeah.
drinks the Kool-Aid?
Yeah, I mean, he could
Like
be
a
like
cult?
he could be the leader of the cult that like.
No, if you think about it, you're absolutely right. Because look, they can change the name tomorrow, and we're all gonna conform. Like
There was some pushback on the dude. What was up with the name before the Commanders?
that's an offensive
football
name.
team?
The way that
No, I mean the one in between. Weren't they just
the
like
football team.
they were the?
I think it was some stubborn high motherfucker that was like, you know what, fuck this shit. what are we gonna call it? It's a football team, right?
I think they should have kept it.
I actually like that shit.
I liked it too.
I got to
Really,
like,
y'all liked
I
it?
would have got some football
at first
team
I didn't like
merch,
it, but
bro.
then like, no, you know what happened? They actually won a couple games, and you're like, you know what? This football team is fucking good.
I feel like it had like UK soccer club vibes by naming it that.
A little bit, yeah.
Right?
I mean, like football club. They could have called it the football club.
Yeah, literally.
The
Yeah.
football club. The footy club.
But then, like, all right, what if you get one sport, like, all right, the hockey team, the baseball team?
Oh, true. Never thought about that.
I mean, I think it's cool as long as there's just one. Plus, they were rough around the edges. Like, fucking Taylor Heineke was the quarterback.
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
just
I love
fucking
Taylor,
around
man.
out there. Like, they were fun, and that kind of symbolized the fun.
Taylor was one of those
Yes.
players that, like, you could literally think, he gave everything he had, every single play, every time.
So I don't know the ins and outs about footballs now, but I want to ask a question for y'all.
Mhm.
What are the most legendary team in year like for each of you guys? That was like for like basketball players, it's like certain eras with like the Bulls or
I
something.
mean, the
like-
90s basketball is always going to be my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
The 90s football was pretty lit, too. I mean, that was very
Well, I'm talking
competitive.
about football specifically.
Just because of like the era, the childhood, or whatever, where I was, probably that like when Deion Sanders was bouncing around from Dallas to 49ers, that was a really, really fun time. You had Jerry Rice, you had so many good players. Barry Sanders, Reggie White
I
was
remember
still in
Jerry
there.
Rice.
Yeah, Brett Favre was good. There was a lot of fucking good players. John Elway and shit. They can keep going.
You guys are so fucking old, man. You're so old.
All right.
I forget how old you guys are, and then you start reminiscing
How
about
old are you?
90s. I turned 27 in like a week and a half.
That's right. Early birthday clap
Yeah,
for
happy birthday,
happy
happy
birthday, you
birthday,
son
happy
of a
birthday.
bitch. You're gonna, hey, you know what? You're gonna be old too eventually.
Yeah, I look like
Yeah,
shit for 27.
and you're not gonna age like us.
No, white people age like fucking peaches,
You're
dude.
gonna look terrible by the time you're my
It
age.
gets rough, and I don't take care of myself and like smoke cigarettes and shit. So like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a
dude, you got to do
precipitous.
something about that.
Yeah, you're one
I'm
of the
out
few
here
people that
vaping.
actually still smoke cigarettes consistently.
I love them so much. It's a last holdout from
You don't
working
like
at the
vapes?
factory.
You don't like vapes, right?
Well, I'm not gay.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean, you have a whole ass joke about it. Like it's just it's so much less.
Yeah, you wrote the
cool
bit.
to suck on a fucking smoothie flavor.
You know what's funny? I came up with a joke watching him. Because he was like, I don't want that fucking fruity ass smoke talking to him.
Yeah. You're like, does anybody have any nicotine? Someone offers me a vape? Like, get away from me. Grow up.
He
What
got
is
so
this?
mad he ran the other way.
Yeah. I will ask like homeless guys for a cig before I smoke.
See,
a
you're
fucking-
young, but you do old people shit like that,
Yeah.
like fish and smoke cigarettes and shit.
yeah.
I mean, that's some like real old.
I mean,
people
I
shit.
worked in a factory for years,
Oh, dude,
so like
that
I have
aged
like
you.
it aged
Yeah.
me so
Yeah,
much.
your
bro.
age.
Did you work overnight?
No,
Okay,
fuck no.
yeah.
I
Dude,
did
yeah. What
college.
type of degenerate do you think he
I'm
is?
just saying. I was trying to
Jeez.
like see how far down.
That's
the-
like subhuman.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You're a zombie at that point.
No.
Like Batman and
Overnight
Bane and shit,
stocking.
like-
No,
Jesus
but it was like a
Christ.
legit like like greatest generation ass factory. Like we
Yeah.
came back from shooting Nazis and got our job at the plant. Like that still exists where I come from.
Yo,
It's not all
we're talking
fucking
na-
office buildings.
Somehow the germs got bought up again.
God damn it. It's gonna be a consistent theme. I can already tell.
Anytime
Yeah.
we have white people, they're gonna bring up germs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
Fuck the
Italian.
germs. In name only. My dad was adopted, so
Oh shit!
obviously the
Hold
family
on.
name is Italian.
Your
But
dad was legit like adopted.
my dad and all his siblings.
Oh wow.
I have a Vietnamese aunt.
So none of your dads.
I mean, it's not funny. She caught the last
Remy,
plane
I
out
do
of
you-
Ho Chi Minh.
Remy, you want the noodle? Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I can't even. I'm so sorry.
This lady
Sorry, Auntie.
was literally
Sorry, Auntie.
She lived the American
Hold on.
suburban life.
Can I just ask, what's your name?
Kim. Of course. Oh my god, it's Kim. Oh, why did they name her Kimberly, bro?
Aunt Kim.
Oh
Auntie
man,
Kim.
that was to help with the transition.
Damn.
That's tough with the culture.
So hold on,
shock.
I want to understand this. Your
Oh,
dad,
man. Yeah,
all of his siblings are not blood because they were all adopted.
they were all
underneath the
adopted. Yeah.
Wow. So how many siblings?
So, I have 2 uncles and an aunt.
That's awesome. And
yeah.
you're everyone's white except Kim.
The uncles. kind of a mutt.
What does that mean?
He's got like, I don't know,
like what?
40% Japanese in him.
Oh shit!
So
dude.
he's a little Asian around the edges.
The shirt is making more and more sense when
said
you go on
Asian
about your
around the
family.
Yeah, like a glass of white person got a little condensed around the edges.
All right.
You know what I mean?
And your
There's a little
Japanese uncle, his
condensation.
name is
Mike, American Hero, by the way. He introduced me to DC. He was military for the longest.
Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Okay.
For a while, he did a bunch of tours. I want to say 4. I want to say it was 2 Iraq, 2 Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
And then worked his way up to like second in charge of disaster relief east of the Mississippi. So he was living in Arlington, working in the Pentagon every day and like briefing Obama every once in a while.
Wow.
Which was sick because like
Mike, I can't tell if you're Japanese or not. sorry.
you look Asian.
You look Asian, Mike.
But you got too much hair.
That's awesome, dude. So
Yeah.
hold on.
I look up to that guy a lot.
That's
Yeah.
cool. All right. So the last uncle is Uncle
Oh, Dave.
Dave.
Fuck Dave.
Oh,
What did Dave do?
damn.
No, listen. He would laugh if he heard that. So he was my boss at the factory.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's what
Uncle
the type
Dave was your
family business
boss.
we had.
Wow.
He was like a VP and I ran the warehouse in the factory. So I like reported directly to him. And then it was
And
just
what
a
part
bunch of,
which Asian was he?
Which Asian?
he's not Asian. He's just a fat
Damn
Caucasian
it, I thought we were
piece
going
of shit.
3 for 3.
Fuck you, Dave. I love you. Can't wait to see you again.
That's
but
awesome, man.
fuck you for all of those years.
So your dad and his band of orphans, you know what I mean?
Yes, we're multicultural. We all have a good time. That's my part of the family that's like closest to Midwest garbage.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
we drink hard, like all whiskey guys.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I mean, me, Dave, and Mike, all crank heaters.
Have they come here yet?
So
Crank heaters. What does that mean?
we fucking rip cigarettes. Like if we're having a get together, like we're on that deck like once in half an hour,
Oh, my type of people.
railing darts.
I'm with you
Yeah.
guys.
Yo, we should try to get him to come to a show.
Who? Uncle Dave?
All of them.
I would love to. Like, I never would let him back when he was my boss. Because I was like, fuck this factory shit. Like, my real life is what I do at night. But now that he's not, I would absolutely let him come out. I've let my parents come out to one show before.
And did you tell your dick jokes?
No, I actually. So it was rough. My
Oh,
mom.
that's
This was
bad.
the first time my mom was able to leave the house after getting a hip replaced a few months
Ooh.
ago.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was like the week before I moved here.
Yeah.
So I'm doing like one of my go-to open mics in Cincinnati. It's like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and it's roast themed, kind of like the show I'm going to be putting on
Me Muggin, September 9th.
Sully's. So like you're either supposed to roast the comic who goes ahead of you or the host,
Mhm.
and I decided to roast my parents. My mom came in with a walker from post hip surgery.
Oh, good lord.
She, like positioned
Do you have a-
herself.
do you have
in,
a
like,
recording of this?
bar. I don't think I have a recording.
And
Yeah.
you proceed to roast your disabled mother.
Yeah.
Was that the first time she saw you doing comedy?
Yes, and I misdirected him because I told him I was gonna do like my material. And I was like, I've been practicing. I've been working real hard. I'm gonna crush it with my material.
Oh, my
for you
God.
And
guys.
your mom walks
And then
in.
I just had like an evil grin when I went on stage and was like to the other comics, like, we're fucking around on a Wednesday. Watch this. It was like the reason I was apparently her hip needed to be replaced because of a traumatic injury like years before that she just walked around on and got progressively worse and worse.
You're an
Oh,
asshole.
damn.
That's what the
Yeah,
doctor
you're a
said.
dickhead.
Yeah, you're
So
fucking
I
asshole.
said,
Joke's on you, Remy. You're adopted.
well, no, I know I'm not adopted for a fact because I was an 11-pound baby.
Oh, you fucked up the hip.
And my mom reminds me all the time. So I went on stage and I was like, now I know why my dad yells. Like, I fucked up the structural integrity. Like,
Oh my God.
imagine like,
Oh my God.
imagine like what the window dressings look like if like I put a crack in the foundation.
Yo, that's a
Jeez.
bit for you on stage every time.
I did that on stage in
what's
front of them. And they were like, oh my God.
It's like pushing a bowling ball through a sock. It's
Yes.
oh God.
Yo, that room
Yes.
went nuts.
Oh,
yes, they were. No, people were just like, "Is that
Aghast.
really his mom? Is he saying that? What the
Oh, damn,
Holy
mom.
shit.
Yeah, no, we don't pull punches with my family.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
I could tell you guys have a good family dynamic. It comes off in your I feel like your just ability to riff and talk with people. You have a very like a very family vibe, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is.
You instantly become a cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
you know, I have heard that before. I'll take it. I appreciate that, fellas. Basically, my family dynamic is we're very loving. We mean a lot to each other, but we're very mean.
Oh yeah.
That's the stereotype about like Midwest people, especially. Is
So
like,
all your family could be comics. Is what you're saying.
yeah. Well, it's like the flat tire and on the side of the road in the middle of the night test, where like. Some people won't pull over at all. People from the Midwest will pull over and change your tire while talking shit to you about you not knowing how to change your tire. And
Stupid
like California,
motherfucker. This is how you do this shit, you stupid motherfucker.
and like West Coast people will pull over and say that sucks about your tire. I can't believe that happens to you. Like, give me your number so I can make sure you're okay, and then drive away. Because they don't actually help, but they're like
text
being
me
nice.
when you get home.
Bummer, bro.
Yeah, so we're like we're pieces
that
of shit
sucks.
to each other. We talk
Yeah.
mad shit,
But you're good people.
but we're good people. We
Yeah.
got each other's backs, and like
you imagine you pulled over on the side of the road and like 5 motherfuckers stop. You all right, man? Shit, this sucks, man. And then the next motherfucker, they just group up. Like, man, that's terrible for him, bro.
Yeah.
This is like a group of 6 people talking about you. This is fucked up, man.
I remember one time when I got stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire. I don't remember what I did about it though. Like a bunch of people just say it's talking
That's the whole conversation.
nonsense
So,
like
yo,
that.
man,
Yeah.
look what happened to me last week.
Yeah, yeah. Are you a AAA member? No. Oh, I
Damn,
am.
man.
That sucks,
Yeah.
man. Dang,
Oh,
dude,
God.
that sucks. It's really expensive to tow if you're not. You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
It's
That
definitely-
You
sucks,
should have a
man.
spare tire. You don't got a spare tire? Oh, you have one. Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's cutthroat in LA.
Can you scoot to your left a bit?
Scoot,
You can, like,
scoot.
slowly, like, make your way down.
Yeah, I'm sliding.
He's
into
getting
the,
closer and closer
the
to.
gravitational pull
Yeah.
of ish is pulling me in, man.
In an hour, he's gonna be on your lap, just grinding on you.
Hey, let me finish off this juice and then we can talk.
Okay, all right. So I think good football question. You had something else, right? You had something else in the question wise, right?
Shit, I forgot.
Oh God damn it! That's why you got to write these. No, you wanted to ask him movies
Oh, yeah. It's a great one. So, I asked Sam last
because of
time.
the gap, the age
Yeah.
gap.
What is your favorite movie? Well, growing up and right now.
Oh man. I think growing up it was always The Dark Knight.
Young as shit.
Hold up.
Young as shit, boy.
What?
That came out
Growing
like,
up, Dark Knight.
That came
Okay.
out like middle school-ish, I want to say.
What?
Maybe early. Yeah, no.
You're
'Cause
26 for the listeners.
Dark Knight
About to turn
Rises was
27.
middle high school, so Dark Knight was like late grade school.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was the sickest thing I've ever seen. Now it's probably have y'all heard of Hell or High Water?
No.
No, I
Brandon,
haven't.
you heard of that?
Yeah.
Brandon's seen it.
It's the guy who does. Have you heard of the TV show Yellowstone? It's like huge
Yes.
with the
Yeah.
cowboys and shit.
Yes.
So the guy who like writes and directs that or whatever, he has some fucking kick-ass movies. I've never seen Yellowstone. I don't know. I was living that life where I come.
but
he,
he
like-
was a real Yellowstone.
He makes some really cool movies, and that's my favorite one. Of
Have
his
you ever
movies.
slaughtered a pig?
Slaughtered a pig?
Yeah.
I dissected a fetal pig in high school,
That's crazy.
but
I saw an autopsy one time.
Yeah, but that's with all the fluid. There's no blood.
Yeah, that's
you what
I saw an autopsy one
on
time.
the human?
yeah, we can
Yeah.
What?
So like, all right. So one time I was I used to work at the NIH library, right? And they had
What's NIH?
the NIH, the
National Institute of Health.
COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You did it?
No, man.
Did you eat the bat or whatever?
This was years ago, so probably I can't remember what year this was. All right, so it was probably like 07.
Were you working for Fauci?
No,
You sure?
no. I was in the library.
We'll jump him if he's working for Fauci. Dude.
Yeah, motherfucker.
That's the ops.
Imagine me working for Fauci. Like imagine how that.
You say
Imagine
you're
that
just
shit.
really dark-skinned Italian.
Imagine that shit. I'll fuck everything up.
So what
That's probably why we got COVID. 'cause
So
I
what
fucked it up.
happened there?
All right, so like I was in the library or whatever, and they had these they were showing these students were doing a tour, and for whatever reason they had like this event in there. They were doing things on dead bodies, and they had a body that got shot in the heart, and they showed the autopsy of that.
Oh wow.
It was cool as shit. Like
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so like they took out the heart and they showed you the heart with the bullet wound in it.
Wow.
It was really aggressive.
I think I told you about this. I went to this museum. It's like a traveling museum. It's called the Bodies Exhibition. Have you ever heard of it?
I saw bodies.
You like where they have them all displayed, all crazy.
Yeah, they went to the Cincinnati Museum Center when I was a kid. I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too. And that was trippy
They got in
That's some
trouble
trippy shit.
for that.
because they were
For real?
using cadavers from China.
Yeah, it was just like, I think it was just like Chinese peasants that didn't have any say in
Yeah.
the matter. They
That's
just like
fucked.
took their skin off and
Yeah.
turned them into a museum
That's
exhibit.
fucked up.
Brandon, you know about that shit? The Bodies Exhibition?
I don't think they consented to it, or they were like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. So like they'll have like a human body displayed in a crazy way. So obviously it's a cadaver, but they'll remove all the skin and have it like shooting a basketball. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yo, that's nuts.
yeah.
And all different type of ways. They'll show it'll be one person, right? But what they'll do is they'll remove the skin, they'll remove the muscles, then they'll remove like the skeleton, and they'll have it all next to each other, like 3 different people.
Like different layers. It's trippy. I spent way too long in the reproductive system part of that exhibit, and I left with more questions than I had answers.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what the fuck was
fuck's
in
going
there?
on there?
What the fuck was in there?
I was supposed to put that there? What?
I mean, the body is trippy to think about, like all that shit inside you.
Especially lady parts, bro. Shit's scary, dude.
What do you mean?
What scared you?
Female plumbing. It's just a land of mystery.
Called it
What do you
plumbing.
mean?
I mean, there's
There's tubes and shit.
There's all kinds of tubes. Yeah, just weird.
They get
pathways
clogged?
and shit. They get clogged. They clean themselves.
Are you like just intrigued, or are you? What's going on?
Are they
I
man?
just
different
have,
colors?
I got questions.
Ah.
Are pussies different?
No, I'm
colors?
saying those are tubes, different colors. Like
I don't know. I haven't like
you saw
cut
the
one
shit.
open to look at. Oh, we're talking about the exhibit. I thought we were talking about real life.
What the fuck, man?
I was like, despite these glasses, I have.
Despite
I am not
my
a serial
entire
killer.
look.
I am not a serial killer, nor have I ever serial killed. I don't know what they look like from the inside.
I feel like Cincinnati breeds serial killers. I don't know. Why.
No, they all are from the Midwest, and they go
Yeah.
elsewhere to do their evil deeds.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you just fucking did. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's why I had to get out of California so fast. The fuzz were getting on my tail. You know,
You're
what
the
I mean?
Zodiac killer or some shit.
Yeah, I'm Zodiac Killer 2.0 because that was in like the 70s. I wanna
Oh
say.
yeah, you're young as shit.
Another great movie, Robert Downey Jr. Great film. But so we were talking movies for a second, and I do have to say, I had another phase of my life, you know, this lifetime of being a piece of shit that I've had. I worked at a movie theater.
Okay.
Ooh, checks out.
And I waited tables there because it was one of those full service jobs
Oh,
with the
shit.
restaurant.
Oh wow.
and everything.
Okay.
But I only worked there for like, I don't know, a few months when it had the grand opening, and then until the summer rolled around and I went back to the amusement park.
Back to Coney Island, huh?
Yeah, but my buddy that I made friends with while I was working at the theater, he stayed on for a long time, and he worked his way up to like projectionist.
Oh, shit.
Like in charge of the facilities. So
Damn.
there was like a 2 or 3 year stretch there where I saw every movie worth watching
For
for
free.
free at the
Nice.
end of the night in an empty
That's awesome.
theater with just me and my boy high as fuck because we just wait till the last
Yeah, we
showing
had
of
a
the
guy
night.
like that too, Roderick. Shout out Roderick, man. He was a manager at the movie theater at Frederick Town Mall, and he would sneak everybody in after hours. They'd be smoking in there, doing all types of
That
shit.
shit was
Yeah.
fucking
Epic.
lit, dude. And we'd go back to back, and like we'd see all the Star Wars and Marvel like the night before they actually dropped because that's when the
That's
keys
crazy.
went
That's
live
dope,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
It was fucking awesome, dude. Like Endgame with the sound cranked in an empty theater for the first time. You're just crying like 15 times throughout the movie. I don't know if y'all fuck with Marvel, but I'm a big.
there's a
Marvel guy.
few. I'm a crier. I cry. There's some movies I cry on. There's some songs I cry on. I'm trying to think
fuck?
what movie.
Y'all crying in movies?
Dude, I was crying
think-
on a song.
What
I
song
cry
you
at
cry on?
movies.
If I'm in the mood and I hear Frank Sinatra's "My Way," I'll fucking shed a tear, dog.
My way? It's the
Dude.
most Italian thing I've heard all day.
No, something about it, dude. When I die, this is crazy. I swear on everything I love. I told my fiance this earlier today. When I die and they're putting my casket down,
Yeah.
I want Frank Sinatra's My Way to be playing.
That's funny as shit.
I did it my way.
Dude, I gotta be fucking crying. I did it. No, but yeah, I'll cry during that. I'll cry. I have cried listening to Jelly Roll Save Me.
That if a song was gonna make me cry, that's up there. So I heard in a podcast interview that he said that most funeral homes get back to him and tell him like that's requested like 2 times as much as the next closest song for like
Not
wakes
surprised,
and
man.
stuff.
It's a crazy song.
Because
Yeah.
one thing about pieces of shit, and that song is for and by pieces of shit.
Yep. It's like the FUBU of pieces of shit.
We be dying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead ones of us to
Yeah.
have funerals for.
Yep.
So Save Me, man, gets everybody in their
Yeah.
feels.
Movie wise, anything where a dog dies,
Okay.
that's what gets me. Anything with
You
a
definitely
dog.
cried during Bambi.
Nah, that's I don't. I don't care about those is because that's just the Disney Disney character arc. You have to have somebody die.
Everyone, every
Apparent-
single
yeah, all Disney
does.
movies somebody dies.
Yeah.
So it's just part of the journey for them.
I ain't no saint, but Marley and Me got me. You know,
Yeah.
Marley and Me.
Yeah,
I cried. I held my dog. He was getting old.
yeah.
I remember we
Fucking
we
Yeah,
watched
the old dog right now.
we
Fuck.
watched Old Yeller in school.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of kids that cried during that shit.
See what I'm saying, dog? Did you cry during Mice and Men?
Tell me about the
Mice and
rabbits,
Men.
George. Oh my
Hey,
god.
that was kind of like as an adult, you thinking about it, that shit kind of crazy.
Yeah, that shit's crazy as fuck.
I call my little brother Lenny
Why did I know you were gonna say that shit?
because he's
Oh no, you have a little
6'10".
brother?
I have a little brother. He's 6'10", and he had like I don't know like what
Oh, I've
kind of
seen
like
pictures of him.
learning developmental
Oh, no.
issues he had growing
Oh,
up.
no.
It got solved by Adderall. He's on Adderall now. He's
Okay.
fucking fine.
Yeah, okay.
But like back in the day, it was like sit in your rage swing, Quincy. Like, he had some shit going on.
Dude, like bark
But-
at the fire truck and shit.
that level
like what
of
level? Did you guys have to chain him in the attic?
Well,
Like what type of
basically,
younger brother was this?
He was even bigger than
Hey,
everybody
it's
else
dark.
than
It's dark.
I
He can
was.
come out. He can come out. It's dark now.
He was even bigger than everyone
He
else.
was like Boo Radley.
No, he was not
This is
Boo
the Cincinnati
Radley.
shit I knew about. This is the shit.
He
that
was a
Cincinnati-
serial
not
killer.
Boo Radley.
Cincinnati
He
shit
was
right here.
Lenny from Of Mice and Men
Oh,
because I'd see him fucking and I'd be like, hey, tell me about the rabbits, George. And back in the day, he didn't know what it was, what
Oh,
that was
no.
from. And then
my God.
eventually he got old enough where he read Of Mice and Men in high school.
If
It was
you
like,
think about
fuck
it,
you.
it's crazy because we all read that in high school, and it's a movie about a mentally challenged dude snapping a woman's neck because he can't control himself because of fuzzy rabbits.
Cause he was pretty. She was just so pretty, George.
I can't believe they made us read that shit.
Do you think I could be Lenny in a reboot of
Fuck
Mice
yeah,
and Men?
dude.
I feel like I could do it.
Oh my god, the list of characters that you could be. No,
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
no. And it's funny you say that because that was John Malkovich that played him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you know who else was that John Malkovich? No, that wasn't. Who played Sling Blade? Because you could be the
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Billy Bob
Billy
Thornton.
Bob,
Yeah,
you're right. I thought it was
you
Dave-
could
yeah,
be the
Billy
reboot
Bob.
of Sling Blade for sure.
funny as
too.
shit.
No, you know what
French
reboot?
fried potatoes. I had to do it for the one time. He does a jaw thing. He goes, you got any of them French fried potatoes?
Dude, that's so good.
I think I have a future,
And you know
bro.
who loves that movie? My fiance. I'm gonna show her you doing that. She's gonna
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
She's gonna fucking love that. Another thing you could be cast as.
Some people call it a whatever blade. I call it a sling blade. I'm sorry. I'm done.
It's too bad. It's so bad how good you. We need to do a parody of Sling Blade. It's done. We're writing that sketch. We're gonna do it. Sling Blade 2.0.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do that.
Couldn't he be John Candy in
Oh, shit.
Cool Runnings.
Yo, oh
He's like dressed
Oh,
like him right
shit.
now. Hold on, are you too young for Cool Runnings?
I'm familiar. I look up to John Candy for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Jamaica, we got a bobsled team. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
My favorite is Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
classic.
Because and it's all because of one scene. It's when they're in the airport and Steve Martin is just fuck this guy. Like his full John Candy is eating a chili cheese dog and smoking a cigarette simultaneously. So he takes a puff of the heater, crushes some and then exhales smoke.
I love that. You know why I love that? It just screams ashtrays on airports.
Yes,
on
dude.
airplanes.
Bring it
Like
back.
that's what it like.
Up until a couple
Yeah.
months ago, you could still smoke in bars in Kentucky.
That's crazy. I didn't know
Shit
that.
was fucking lit, dude.
Dude, when I smoked cigarettes, I would have a mental map of the airports that had the indoor smoking lounges.
Yo, I know a lot of people that do that. They know exactly where to go.
You know who had the
Yeah.
best one?
The
Well,
cube.
I don't know if it's open anymore, but Dulles Airport, right?
Oh yeah.
Dulles Airport had a smoking lounge, and the smoking lounge was connected to the bar. So you could still get food and drinks and everything in the smoking
Fuck
lounge.
yes, it was.
And I think they got
America,
rid of all
baby.
that. Denver had a really good one. You could
Denver
smoke in
Airport
there.
is immaculate. Have you ever walked around there?
Yeah.
There's like a conspiracy about that shit,
Yeah,
right,
there's some
Brandon?
weird shit.
There's
Yeah.
lizard people in the basement. or
Yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
There's
I don't know enough
There's
about
some weird
it. but-
9/11 shit in there too, like the weird like paintings and shit, like commemorating them.
Yo,
There's some
y'all want to get
weird
weird
shit.
real quick about some shit I heard about?
What?
Y'all heard
Yeah.
about an Ish. Ish is great about going down rabbit holes. So take this and then go. Yeah, you see how he laughs? Like, dude, he's fucking great at it. Brandon, have you heard about the Ice Cube neutrino detector at the South Pole?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, dog. So I was listening to this other podcast that I love, the Sean Ryan podcast. Have you guys ever heard of this?
No.
It's an amazing podcast. He talks to like a bunch of like ex SEALs, CIA, crazy like military contractors, and they get crazy intel. He's been doing a special on like the UFO stuff lately. And he had a guy on that was a firefighter for Raytheon
Oh shit.
at the South Pole.
Oh shit.
And he was working at this place. It's literally called Ice Cube. Like that's the name of the facility, Ice Cube Neutrino Detector Observatory. And what's trippy about it
fuck
is what
named
they,
that?
dude, what they say, this is the scary part. What they say they're doing there is it's supposed to be a telescope that's trying to find these neutrino particles that are coming. It's essentially like cosmic rays. Neutrinos, they're supposed to be like this particle that's smaller than like electrons, and it can go in between like nucleuses and electrons, and like it can't be. It's like crazy, can't be detected by normal machinery. Right?
Yo,
And so
it's
they're
tripping.
trying to detect these there. So they need to be at the North Pole away from any other pollution. The detectors are a mile below under the ice.
This is some fucking.
And this is where it gets trippy, right? They're saying, oh, we're just detecting stuff. But the guy who was a whistleblower, and he said this in front of Congress too, who came on the podcast, he's saying that they're actually using it for other different weapon systems too. They're using it for directed energy weapon systems. So they say in 2011, there was an earthquake in New Zealand. The guy was saying that thing did that because they were
So it's
firing
like a
it up and
HARP.
it did it's connected to like that HARP type of technology. So it's fucking scary, dog. Like this shit, like Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
Like they're saying it's able to do that. The dude was talking some real trippy shit, and it was weird to hear like an official per se talk
Shit, I'm
about
definitely
like
gonna look at that shit.
yeah, look that shit up, man. But that
send me
shit that you guys brought it up when I don't even know what we were talking about, something trippy, but that's something I've been into lately. So look
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
some
up and we'll
trippy
talk
shit.
about it later. The Ice
yeah.
Cube Neutrino Detector Observatory.
I heard about the
Are you into like supernatural, like weird shit and all that type of shit? Are people like, is that in your
I
wheelhouse?
mean, a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like the news.
Yeah.
We're like, shit, everything sucks.
Like, would you be
And, like, I
scared of
don't
a
wanna-
ghost?
Yo,
I saw a ghost.
Yeah,
Shut the
okay.
fuck up.
Yeah,
All right,
okay,
let's hear it.
yeah. I was
Let's
just
hear it.
gonna ask
Let's
you.
hear it.
any
Let's
ghost
hear it.
stories?
Let's hear it.
So my buddy Pete that I mentioned earlier, his family businesses, they have
Piece of shit, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore,
he
'cause
wears
he's
a
on
suit to-
Adderall.
He
Yeah.
wears
It's all
a
right.
Okay.
suit to work these days.
You got it together, Pete. Good job.
Eh.
Okay, anyway.
You look like you got it together. There you go.
Anyway, the family business is a couple funeral homes, right? It was a chain. They've been like slowly over the years selling them off, but they still have a couple locations. And one is in the hood in Cincinnati in the west side. and it's this really old building, like 1880s or something like that was when it was built. And he went to college like a neighborhood over from there, so he was living there throughout college, and it's straight up like the bottom half of the house is like a functional funeral home, and then there's an apartment on the top half of the house.
Wow.
And it's
Great.
in the middle of the hood.
Great.
Like there's like a sketchy convenience
Tales
store
from the
next
Hood.
door.
That's literally the movie premise in Tales
Yeah.
of the Hood.
So we were over there doing bad shit all the time
Hood
for
rat
like
things.
years.
All right.
Like, yeah, we played around with codeine and like fucking painkillers and like, yeah, just got weird.
I thought
in
you were gonna
this
say like
trap
we played
house.
around with mattresses. No, you played around with codeine.
No, like
Okay.
I got like my black belt in painting codeine blunts when you paint
Oh
the
shit.
the Rillo and
Oh,
like
you
let
were
it
a
soak
wild boy.
in for
You're a
what-
bad
yeah.
boy.
And we had our times,
Yeah.
you know. I wear Hawaiian shirts now and take 2 hits. Like, yeah, let's kiss. That's me now. But anyway, so we were on some fuck shit one night, and we were on whatever we were on and fucked up. Probably drinking like 40s too, because that was that time of life. And Pete like wanted to go exploring the fucking funeral home, which he was desensitized to. Like literally now he'll be eating a sandwich at lunch while like putting lipstick on a dead body before a service. Like he's completely desensitized to death now.
Oh, he prepares them for the funeral.
He does everything. It's
Wow.
a small family business.
No wonder he was a piece of shit, dude.
I mean, that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
But that's a whole
Anyway,
other thing.
sorry,
But
Pete.
anyway, so he leads us to the basement of this, like I said, 1800s built building,
What the fuck?
which is very sketchy and like bare bulbs and like cement,
Yeah.
concrete, just bare walls.
Quintessential.
And there's like, you know, like the walk-in freezer doors with the big
Mhm.
latch
Yep.
in the back of every restaurant in the world. There's like that door, but it's not a freezer. It's just a different room of the basement, and it's the prep room. Like there's bare stainless steel, metal benches
yeah.
and shit in there,
Yeah.
and it's just where the stiff sits until they put it into the box and send it on its merry way. But anyway, we go down there middle of the night, fucked up, and he cracks open that fucking door to the prep room, and light just barely goes into the room, and I've got a baseball bat because that's gonna help with any spirits or demons we come across. So I've got a baseball bat, and I'm the one that can see straight in there, and I see a figure sitting upright but hunched like this,
Hold on,
Fuck.
what?
Yeah, what the fuck?
with its back to me on the farthest prep table in this other room. And as the light is filling in the room, as the door opens, the figure turned around and looked at us. And I fucking swim moved my other buddy who was down
Hold on,
there
hold
with
on,
us,
hold on,
ran
hold
up
on.
the stairs, got the
did
fuck
did
up
he
out of
react
there.
like that too?
You got to back this up a little
Nobody
bit.
else saw it.
Back this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Light opens. You see the figure.
I see a shadowy figure sitting
So
like
like
this.
black. Just black is what you see.
Like it's just a black the shade
What
the
the
outline of a
fuck?
person in a
Uh-huh.
dark room in a
Uh-huh.
dark basement in the middle of the
Yeah.
night, and they're sitting like this,
Uh-huh.
and then the light opens the room, and as it does, the figure goes.
So as it does, the figure looks
What
at you.
the
So did you
fuck?
see a face? Did you get the, or you just
It was
freaked?
just all like a gray shape, but
Oh
you
my-
can see
Oh, I'm
the
turning.
movement, like
God
what
damn.
that looks
That's
like.
crazy.
God
And then
damn.
as soon as I saw that, I swam, moved my buddy, ran the fuck up out of there, freaked out. My boys came over like, "What the fuck are you doing? There's nothing there." I'm like, "Bro, Toby's in there," because that's what the little girl's called, the ghost in Paranormal Activity 3. So I named it Toby like on the spot, and like to this day, my buddy's over there like whacking the weeds in the parking lot or whatever. He's like, "Fucking Toby in the basement, you're full
That's
of shit."
Crazy.
Yeah, but
Dude, that's an insane story.
That's pretty fucking funny.
yeah, no, I mean it's.
The aftermath is funny, but
The aftermath is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's scary. Because, I mean, some ghost stories you hear, it's like, even mine, it's like, I've never seen an apparition. You saw a fucking figure and it looked
Yeah.
at you.
I saw a figure too. Like I told it last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
I saw a figure, but his shit is way more intense. Like his shit, like mine, I knew it went away, and I was able to investigate. He fuck that. Let me get the fuck out. This is clearly your room. I came in here. and you
Yeah,
were
that
down
was my vibe in the moment, and if I was presented with that again, I would probably be panicky like that again.
there. I would do the same thing.
But real talk, who gives a fuck? They can't do anything to you.
I don't want to know.
They're
I
just
don't wanna
dead
find out.
people.
Demons?
I'm not trying to find out.
I don't think demons exist.
Ooh, let's talk about. So, do you believe in a God?
So I'm culturally Catholic, but
Right.
lapsed. Like I was raised Catholic.
Oh, so you're not good at it.
I just don't believe it.
Oh,
After
I got
that incident, you were like,
It wasn't because of that
Oh.
incident. It had a lot to do with butt fucking little boys across the fucking world. That kind of
that's kind of what I was alluding to, but for you. But anyway, sorry. Okay. What I meant is now you believe in what?
I mean, laughter's healing.
I hear you, but you. But what I'm saying is, do you believe now that there's a God?
No, dude, I don't believe in anything.
I'm not gonna get religion.
Yeah.
Don't worry, dude. I'm not about to like push some fucking religion
He's
on
gonna
you.
bring out a Bible.
I
Hey,
don't.
look, man, look,
I'm not.
take
I
this
think
shit.
that shit's annoying when people
You
do
should
that.
come back to
I'm
God.
just curious if like, do you think there's something bigger out there,
I mean,
or you don't give a fuck? Essentially,
it's not that I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. It's just like, I guess like, why care?
I understand. I get what you mean. It's like, who are you to say what the fuck matters?
Yeah, it's all bigger than me. And
Exactly,
I
yeah,
mean, I feel like I want to do DMT, so I know what like the spirit molecule that floods your consciousness.
he's gonna
your
do
last
DMT.
bit.
We're gonna have the podcast again and ask the same question. He's gonna be like in a white linen robe with long hair, and he'd be like, "God is everything."
I mean, maybe that's the reason why
He'll
it's
be a
number
shaman.
one on my
He's
to-do
gonna come
list
back. Yeah.
is so I can like have that perspective.
Yeah,
Because
I
as
got you.
where I'm at right now, I'm like kind of depressed, like not
Dude,
that
you could
attached
take-
to being alive.
You
Like
can take 10 grams of mushrooms and see God right now if you want to. But anyway.
mushrooms have the tendency to go bad for me when I do too many.
That's a lot of people.
Some psychedelics, it's like they're saying you
Yeah.
when it goes bad, you kind of need it.
Yeah.
Not acid. Acid, I'm down to party. We can get weird, but it never goes bad for me.
Why we
Acid's
always
always
talk about,
fun.
the last time we talked about acid again.
Hey, Brandon, how long we been going? Time check. Hour 10. All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. A little bit longer, you know. There was something I wanted to ask you, actually.
Yeah,
I
what's
wanted
up?
to kind of towards the end of the podcast, we always bring it back to like comedy with
Okay.
our stand-ups. You know what I mean?
Let me get that question.
Well,
What's up?
when we sat with Sam and we asked him, we had no idea that he had just started like 6 months ago. And I
Mhm.
feel like we don't really know about your comedy history per se. So like, how long have you been doing it? Did you start in Cincinnati? Like, what's your journey at these open mics and your kind of road to getting up on stage?
Your comedy origins.
Yeah. The
Oh.
origin story.
Well, I probably started, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Do you remember your first mic?
My first one, I remember it might have been Urban Artifact, a brewery in North Side in Cincinnati. That was definitely one of my first like handful.
How'd it go?
I think it was pretty hack, and like I was even more like, I don't know. That's a good question. I think I did okay, but it was like cheap laughs.
Gotcha.
I remember I wore shorts on stage and had a guy who was like, he was like in town from California, but like a Cincinnati comic. And he was the headliner of the show or whatever. And he gets up after I went up and was like, that was funny stuff, but like you wore jean shorts. You're not allowed to wear fucking shorts. It's the rule in comedy. And he was like doing it over the top as like, no one gives a fuck, but it like resonated with me. Like, the fuck are you to tell me? But it worked because I don't wear shorts anymore. But anyway,
Why
yeah.
is that a rule?
Because no one wants to see your knees.
I don't know what it is. I think it's like a weird, like, last part of like decorum or something from back when performers wore suits or
Mm.
something like that. It's just something I've heard.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind showing a little bit of thigh meat. I feel like the ladies love it. I mean, obviously.
I mean,
Look
that
at
angle
me.
right now that they're
Yeah.
getting, it's borderline OnlyFans. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I just remember he told me he was gonna do that because of Sam.
Yeah, I got distracted by our boy Sluv's
Well,
thigh
right
meat
now,
last week,
right
dude.
now, you will hold the record for the shortest shorts on that couch, and if anyone ever surpasses you,
Hopefully
will be
it's
short.
a female. Hopefully there's less hair on the thigh.
Someone
exposed
might come
thigh.
just for you. Someone might come just for you for the shorts.
Yeah.
All right, so that's cool, man. So you've been doing it about 4 to 5 years.
Well, I've kind of fell off the wagon for a little bit. Life got in the way for a couple of years, and I just kind of stopped. And then I moved to California for about a year and was dabbling out there. Went to see Chris Porter. I don't know if you guys know Chris Porter.
I do not.
He came. He's very good. Like road dog. Been doing in the game for 20, 30
Sick.
years at this point. Just hilarious as fuck. He went to Cobb's, which is like a very historic club in San Francisco. Like
Yeah, I've
Robin
heard the
Williams' home club, like Patton Oswalt came up in there, like big time people came there. A lot of history. And then went back to Cincinnati, and probably for the better part of the last year or so, been hitting it hard. Moved out here 3-4 months ago, something like that, and just been doing the damn thing ever since.
name. Yeah, dude, you're fucking killing it.
Yeah.
And you're like I said earlier, I feel like your look encompasses who you are. So like that translating to like on stage, I feel like you're becoming your own. You're coming into your own of like who Remi is in his soul.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, what you see is what you get.
yeah.
But I mean, to be said, that's around the comedy world. Like I wear a fucking little vest, black tie, and white shirt, and press slacks to work every day. Like you wouldn't recognize me if you saw me.
No, we wouldn't know who the fuck.
waiting. But I mean, that's as a waiter, and it's always a fun.
Yo, you
little
should go.
moment.
You should go on stage as a waiter one day.
There have been a couple where I've been like running late to a mic, like, fuck, am I gonna have time to take this shit off afterwards? Or do I just rock the fucking valet look?
That's awesome, man. And now, I mean, you've been killing the shows, you've been killing the mics, you've been
Thanks,
killing the
buddy.
shows.
Let me ask
Like
let me ask
DC.
you this real quick.
Yeah.
What's the biggest crowd you've performed for?
Sully's, we get some pretty impressive crowds. I would say, if not that, I had a gig back in Ohio right around Valentine's Day, and it was my first ever gig that I was getting paid anything for. And it was still, I had to sell my own tickets to like make any sort of money, but it was a black crowd. Literally the only white faces in the building were me and like the handful of my friends.
You and Uncle Dave.
Yeah, I could convince to go out to the hood to see me perform, and there were probably, I don't know, 60 people or so in there, and it was in just some strip mall in fucking Coleraine, Cincinnati. Like, it was a fucking blast. Like 2 days after the Super Bowl, I want to say.
That's awesome.
Everybody was getting after it. It was fucking Valentine's Day. It was a good time, but that was probably the best crowd I've performed for.
And now in Maryland, you're going to start hosting. So you're getting you're getting on your hosting game.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more time, let's plug it before we get out of here.
Yeah. So,
September 9th.
Well, September 25th or August 25th first.
yep. That's
We're all
So
gonna be
October
performing.
25th.
August 25th.
Hold on, let's reel this in. Let's reel this in, everyone. August 25th. All of us, including Amir, including Sam Love,
Yep.
Yes.
including Alex Starr,
Very funny lineup. Top
a
to
whole
bottom.
bunch of other awesome comics as well. We'll be at Sally's U Street.
Mhm.
We'll put the link in our bio. It'll be up there. Grab tickets. Come see all of us. It'll be a good time. Then on the 9th, September 9th,
Remi's hosting.
Remi is doing his first installment of Mean Muggin.
Mean Muggin with Remi Mussio, Starstruck Media presents. It'll be at Sully's. It'll be on Friday. It's gonna be fucking fun. I'm mean, and I haven't had a chance to be mean on stage,
I love it.
but I'm really looking forward to it, and I want y'all and everybody else on the
Oh, we're
show to
definitely
bring the
coming.
heat
We're
too.
definitely coming.
We're talking shit.
Yeah. I was good at that roasting shit.
We're having some cocktails, and we're fucking throwing some mean shit around.
It's gonna
bro.
be fun.
We're gonna have a
Y'all
good
got it. It's
time.
gonna be fun.
Don't
Yeah.
come if you're gonna get offended.
You gonna
because
get
it's
on the
gonna
show?
Get
Hey,
offensive.
hell yeah, I'm getting on
Hell
this show.
yeah! I was
Hell
gonna say you gotta be
I'm
on
gonna get
it.
some people to come in the audience to come too.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I want to throw one too at them.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do
yeah.
it. It's gonna be fun times.
Nobody's
Did you
safe.
order?
Audience isn't fucking
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah,
Coming
fun
for
with
you,
this
mother-
shit.
Please come through. We'll have tickets in our bio. Fun
Yes.
times. Come meet any of us. If you're a listener of the show, come tell us that you heard this episode.
Shit, come try to roast us.
Come for roast me. Tell me I have a pterodactyl nose.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, have a good one. Did you order?
Plug the IGs. Plug the
Oh,
IGs.
IGs. Remi, what's your IG?
I'll be promoting everything on that show through my Instagram. It's at remjobmussio, REMJOBMUSSIO.
And then Did You Order Podcast at Did You Order Podcast on IG. You'll find both of our ats in there.
Yep.
And then hope to see you guys soon. Appreciate you guys listening.
See you.
Peace.
Later.